Have you ever had that moment when something you've been searching for, something that seemed unreachable, finally appears? It's as if your whole life was waiting for this moment, and you find yourself thinking, how didn't I see this before? It's not just a coincidence or luck, it's preparation, a sequence of events, something bigger that has been aligning for you without you even knowing. Behind every step you've taken, every moment of doubt and frustration, an invisible force has been at work. Have you ever felt like this? Like, despite all the obstacles and hesitations, there's something bigger happening, something you didn't fully understand before, but that now, finally, starts to reveal itself. Maybe you've spent years looking for this answer, trying to understand, searching for a solution that seemed like it would never come. But what if I told you it's here, right now, in front of you? Yes, right now. Imagine that everything you needed to change your life is already within reach. That answer you thought was impossible to find, that feeling of being lost along the way, it's already here. Can you feel it? Can you sense that something big, something transformative, is about to happen? Something that will define the next steps of your journey. But here's the thing, are you ready to receive it? Are you prepared to take the next step, to act now, with the confidence and courage needed to embrace this opportunity that has finally appeared in your life? What you do with this, from now on, could change everything. The moment is here. Now, it all depends on you. There are moments in life when everything seems to align perfectly, but you still feel like something is missing. Something you can't quite identify, but that's there, nagging, stopping you from taking that final step, from reaching what you've longed for. Have you ever felt like this? Like you're walking towards your destiny, with all your effort, all your sacrifice, but somehow, there's always something blocking your path, always an invisible wall stopping you from reaching what you want. Sometimes, it feels like you've tried everything. You've made sacrifices, you've dedicated yourself, and you've even questioned whether it's worth continuing. Everything you've been waiting for seems always just a step away, as if, no matter how close you get, something is pushing you back. Now, imagine that after all this time, after all these attempts and frustrations, the answer you've been searching for finally appears. But instead of seeing it clearly, something stops you from recognizing it. Do you feel that? Like you're close, but at the same time, distant. There's a sense that something invisible is influencing your choices, your steps, and you don't know what it is. Maybe it's a lingering doubt, an insecurity you can't explain. This is the crucial moment. You're at the line between moving forward or staying where you are. What you decide now could change everything. But here's the problem, if you keep searching for answers in the wrong place, you might end up ignoring the opportunity right in front of you. What if, instead of continuing to look outside, you looked within yourself? What if you could recognize that, perhaps, the answer has been inside you all along? What you need isn't in a far-off place, in an external solution. It's within you. The tension builds, time is running out, and now, the only question that matters is, are you ready to recognize this? Are you prepared to look inside, to see what you might have been ignoring, and act based on this new understanding? The answer is already here, but it all depends on how you choose to see it. At this moment, I want to talk to you about something that has been by your side all along, patiently waiting to be recognized. No, it's not a coincidence, and it's not luck. There is a force that has been guiding your choices, silently present the entire time. I know, you may not have seen it before, and perhaps you even doubted it, but it's always been there. In those moments when you thought about giving up, when everything seemed hopeless, and even when it felt like the answer was impossible. This force, invisible but tangible, has always been around you, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Have you ever felt, at some point, that something inside you was trying to guide you, even when logic said otherwise? Like an intuition, a feeling telling you to keep going, not to give up, but you didn't know where it was coming from? That was it. This presence has often manifested as subtle intuition, as a simple thought that came at the right moment, as a whisper of wisdom that appeared when you needed it most. Maybe you ignored those signs in the past, maybe you got lost in the distractions of life, but it was still there. Now, I need you to understand something essential: this force will not act for you. It cannot do the work for you. It's waiting for you to make the decision, for you to take action. It cannot take the step for you, but it can support you when you finally move. The answer you've been looking for, the solution that was out of reach, is now by your side, waiting for you to recognize it and take the next step. Can you feel that? The moment has arrived. The answer is within your reach, but it all depends on you. You need to trust in this force, you need to act based on what has already been shown to you. The sign is before you, clear and unmistakable, but it depends on your willingness to recognize it. Are you ready to follow? Are you ready to act and move forward, leaving behind the doubts and fears that have always held you back? The force is by your side, but only you can take the necessary step. What will you do now? But as you ignore this sign, the tension only grows. What once seemed distant, uncertain, and blurry is now becoming clearer and more intense. You can feel it, can't you? That feeling that something is about to happen, but you still don't know how it will unfold. The weight of this decision is starting to become undeniable. Something inside you is screaming, urging you to take action, and with each moment of hesitation, the pressure only builds. What you haven't realized until now is that the key to change is in your hands. It's right there, in front of you, waiting to be recognized. But there is something rising between you and the answer you've been searching for. An invisible wall, a barrier that can't be seen, but that you can feel. You feel it, don't you? It's there, blocking your path, stopping your progress. But do you know what's worse? This wall will not disappear on its own. It will continue to grow, strengthen, until you make the decision to act. Imagine the situation. The future you want, the transformation you've always dreamed of, is there, on the other side of this wall. The opportunity you've longed for, the next step that could change everything, is waiting for you to move. But time is running out, and what you do with it now will determine what comes next. What will you do? Will you let this wall control you, allow it to dictate the pace of your life? Or will you face it, break through it, and finally take the necessary step to reach what you desire? With each passing second, you feel the urgency. What lies ahead will not wait forever. The answer you've been searching for is within your reach, but it depends on you taking action now. The real question isn't whether you can overcome this wall, the real question is whether you're ready to make the decision that will define everything. Because, by crossing this obstacle, you won't just be moving forward, you'll be transforming your entire reality. Now, the choice is yours. The moment you've been waiting for, the answer you've been searching for, is here, and it has finally arrived for you. What will you do with it? The opportunity is knocking at your door, but you're the one who has to open it. There is no more time to hesitate, no more space for, what if? The answer you've been longing for, the one that seems so hard to reach, is already within your grasp, but what you do now, the decision you make, will determine the course of your life from here on out. You can keep waiting, hoping something magical will happen. You can think that another chance will come, that a miracle will happen, and somehow things will work themselves out. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the transformation you desire is you. The choice is in your hands now. And if you continue waiting, believing that destiny will act for you, you risk losing the only real opportunity that is before you. This is the decisive moment, the point of no return. The future you've always dreamed of, the one you've always imagined could be possible, is within reach. But it will not materialize on its own. For that to happen, you must act. The time for waiting is over. You have the power to act now. And by making that decision, you're not only shaping your future, but also allowing yourself a transformation you never thought possible. What you decide now will impact what comes next. There is no later, no tomorrow. What lies before you is the chance to change everything, but for that to happen, you must take the next step. You need to trust that you're ready, that the answer you've been looking for has always been within your reach, and that the next move depends entirely on you. Don't let this opportunity slip away. The answer has arrived, the path is being shown, and you are on the verge of something transformative, but it all depends on you taking the first step. The good news, and perhaps the most important, is that you are not alone in this moment. That silent force, that constant presence that has guided your steps, that has been by your side in the hardest moments, has not disappeared. It's here now, waiting for you to take the necessary action. It will not do the work for you, but it's by your side, ready to support you, ready to show you the way. All you need to do is act. I know it may seem difficult. Maybe you have doubts, maybe the fear of change is still present. But the truth is, the future you desire is already within your reach. The answer you've been seeking for so long has finally arrived. But as obvious as it may seem, it will only materialize if you decide to act now. What you do with this answer, with this opportunity, will determine what comes next. There's no more time to hesitate, to postpone, to wait for the right moment. The right moment is now. The change you've always dreamed of, the transformation that seemed distant, is waiting for you. But it won't wait forever. Don't ignore this opportunity. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from taking the next step. The moment is now, and all you need to do is take the first step. The future you imagine, the future you deserve, is waiting for your decision. The key to this transformation is in your hands. Make this choice with confidence, with courage, because everything starts now. The future you desire is no longer distant. It's within your reach, waiting for you to move, for you to trust yourself and the force that has always been by your side. Don't delay any longer. The answer has arrived, and you have everything you need to create the change you want. All you have to do is take the first step. And when you do, you'll see how everything will begin to align in surprising ways. The future is waiting for your decision. Make it happen.